Hey, Hayes Mega here, and welcome to another video on the Hayes Mega Moto channel on the Motool Slacker V4 digital suspension tuner. Alright, I finally bought one of these fancy slack adjustment tools. Basically, it's a fancy way of measuring the sag on your motorcycle. Alright, so how Hayes Mega did this before is I used like I would use like an arrow or a stick or something. I would stick it in the axle, and then I would get like a tape measure or a ruler or something, and then check the thing, check the sag. Now it's really easy to do if you have a helper, is what I'm going to say. But if you don't have a helper, then this tool will help you a lot. Alright, you could set it up. Supposedly you're supposed to be able to measure your sag and set your bike up like pretty quickly. Okay. Now we're going to use it on my Barbie KLR 650 today. Why are we going to do it on the KLR 650, Hayes Mega? Well, because the preload is easily adjustable on the KLR 650. All right, I would imagine you could probably use this on the front and the rear, but we're just going to use it on the rear. Okay. The front is pretty easy to check the sag. You just use a zip tie. Okay, you could use a zip tie for it to do that. All right. So I'm not going to go over the front, but we're going to set the rear sag on my KLR 650. Hayes Mega always wants to know. I've never actually checked the sag on it. All right, so on this bike there's 5 settings. All right, and you just spin this nut and it puts preload tension on the spring. All right, and it should make the bike go up or down. All right, so here's a little thing about suspension tuning. All right, you want your suspension to sit in like the 20% of the stroke. All right, somewhere around there. It doesn't have to be. All right, it's somewhere between like 15 and 25%. All right, but 20% is a good number. All right, and so yeah, we're gonna go set that. We're gonna set this for about 20% sag, is what I want to say. Okay. All right, and then let's take a closer look at this guy. All right. I got this on sale for $100 from Motool. Okay, they were having a sale. I think it was on Facebook or something. I looked it up, and they were selling them for $100. And I said, hey, you know what? I might want to try that tool out. All right. To tell you the truth, you know, I could do it for free with the tools that I got, but it's very difficult for me to do it. All right. I've done videos of me setting up sag before on my bikes, and yeah, I use a camera, some kind of measuring device like a tape measure, and an arrow or something could stick out of the axle. All right, and then I use the camera to look and see what the measurement is. All right, so I don't have to do that with this. This does it for me. Okay, so this is your second eyes. All right, your second eyes, because you have to sit on the bike. All right, the sag is going to be different for everyone because everyone weighs differently. Everyone and so you're going to have different configurations on the bike. When you put more luggage on the bike, you need to set the sag again. Okay, so the cool thing is you could use this, set your bike up for like camping or something. So when I have all the camping, if I have like a bunch of camping stuff on this bike is heavy. Okay, and so you could figure out what setting you have to put the preload at when it's fully loaded. All right, you want your suspension to sag a little bit. All right, you don't want it to be all the way at the top. You don't want it to be all the way at the bottom. All right. If you got too much sag, you may bottom out more. All right. If you have too much too little sag, you'll top out. All right. That's where the spring, you know, it rebounds too fast. All right. You want it to sit in the middle so the suspension does its work. Okay. And if it's not properly set up, you'd be surprised how much better a bike handles when this suspension is set up properly. Okay, and with this tool you can do that. All right, I believe this tool is normally like 170, somewhere around that area. It's pretty expensive. All right, if you ask me, just to do something. It's just a fancy measuring device. Is what it is. All right, but I wanted to try it out and I got it on sale for $100. So I think if you can get it for that much, I think it's worth it. If I use it like 10 times, I think it would already pay itself off, type of thing. All right, and I got quite a bit of bikes. All right, so let's go check it out. Okay, so before we look at the box, it came with 3 stickers. All right, 2 kind of white border Motool stickers and a black border one. All right, and it came with this card. All right, from the owner of Motool. All right, Smarter tools, simple, fast, precise. Motool provides customers with easy-to-use smart tools that leverage the latest technologies to save time and produce expert results. Okay, there we go. All right, and so this is the president, John Casebier, or Casebier. All right, and he says, I personally developed and test all of our products to make sure they meet the highest standards. If you have any issues with the performance or quality, please do not hesitate to let me know. Thank you for your support. There you go. Well, thanks, John. I'm going to give it a whirl, all right? And so another cool thing about this device is it syncs up with your phone, all right? So the all-new Motool Service Assistant version 4.5. I downloaded it right before this video, guys. Okay, it's called Service Assistant, all right? Just type in Motool Service Assistant, or you can scan that QR code right there, all right? So what it allows you to do is to keep all your bikes set up notes and settings organized. All right, you can use your iOS or Android phone as a virtual remote for a Slacker. Save unlimited bike settings and setup notes securely in the cloud for easy access anytime. All right, so for you guys that are like, you go to the racetrack and stuff, and you need to quickly set up a bike, or like I said, make notes. Like it's great for like adventure riding, especially like I mentioned for this bike. I use this. I might use this bike for camping or something and do some kind of adventure riding, and I'll load it down with luggage and gear and stuff, and the bike will be much heavier. So you got to figure out what setting you need to put on the preloader, right? And then when you unload the bike, you have to change the settings again, all right? Because the bike won't handle properly if you take out all the stuff. If you do ride without everything, okay? All right, let's go check out the bike. Here we go. It's by Motool. All right, you got a cool picture of a dude racing KTM here. It's Ben Kelly from the KTM factory racing team. Okay, guys, that's who that is. All right, there's a picture of the Motool Slacker V4 digital suspension tuner. It requires AAA batteries not included. Oh boy, I don't have AAA batteries. Okay, I'm gonna have to go find some. Okay, so there's a picture on this side. So it shows a picture of the Slacker, and then there's a picture of a Samsung phone. All right, with the app, I guess. There also is a remote. There's a remote device that you can put on your handlebar, but they made it so you could use your phone also. So you could use either one. Okay. Who's riding a trials bike. Okay, so yeah, I guess you could use this for bicycles too. Okay, guys. Yeah, so you get a picture of a bicycle, what looks like an adventure bike, a sport bike, and a dirt bike here. Okay, so it's you can use it for a lot of different vehicles. So there's an adventure bike right there. It's a KTM Adventure. All right, then there's a sport bike. All right, and then there's the assistant app. All right, here's the back of the box. All right, so this is what it'll help you do. All right, it reads sag and stiction. Wow, in real time using a retractable Slacker cable. Built-in display allows a helper mechanic to easily read measurements. Auto Zero feature lets you use Slacker and street and adventure bikes. All right, virtual remote display allows you to see measurements on your smartphone. Okay, optional dedicated Bluetooth remote LCD mounts on your handlebars. All right, that's that remote thing. I don't think I bought it. All right, guys, it's not in here. Universal magnetic mounting works for forks and shocks. The best way to set up new generation AR, SFF, and OK air forks. Yeah, so you can just set your sag on your air forks. Okay, guys. Backlit display can be turned on for night racing or poor lighting condition. It fits any off-road bike 65cc and up with steel axles up to 1 inch in diameter. It fits most street sport and adventure bikes with steel axles up to 1 inch in diameter. It works on mountain bikes with optional MTB axle inserts sold separately. Okay, okay, you need some kind of. So that's the wireless remote device you can put on your handlebar. Okay, this allows you to check the sag while you're sitting on the bike, all right? But if you're just yourself, okay? And yeah, so this is some stuff here. We'll take a look at it when we open. All right, what's in the box? All right, it's a show and tell video, guys. All right, there's the user manual. Okay, and there's the Slacker device right there. I have no idea. It's kind of a big unit to put in my toolbox, but I'll find a place for it. Okay, it comes with the Slacker device right here. There's some kind of clamp here. There's a Velcro tie strap. Okay, there's two of them. There's a longer one and a shorter one. And oh, these are little sticky mounts. All right, so it's got sticky mounts so you can mount this the little bungee cord here. Okay. Okay, and then there's this doohickey. Okay. Oh, I see. So you're supposed to put the strap around this and then tie it around something. Okay. Also, another thing what I heard you can do is you can drill a hole in your fender or something and then just stick that on there. There's a lot of ways you can attach it. That's what I want to say. Maybe use a clip. I think like just a clip would work. All right. Okay, so HazeMeg is going to go read the manual, and obviously I got to go find some batteries for it. Let's see how. Let's go open it up and put the batteries in it. Okay, we're gonna go put batteries in this. I took the batteries out of my my torque wrench. All right, my torque adapter for this. I'm gonna have to go buy some. You need 2 AAA batteries, guys. So I think you got to open this up. Whoa, there's a magnet there. Okay. Okay, you can just put it on there so you don't lose it. Okay. I think this just comes right out. All right, and that's where you put the batteries. 2 AAAs. Just like that. Put it back. Not really sure how this goes in here, man. Okay. It's got a pretty strong magnet on it, so you probably want to keep it away from any hard drives. That's what I say, all right? Okay, battery's installed. Now I gotta go figure out how to use it. So here's some quick functions for this device. All right, guys. So yeah, this is what's called a universal mount. All right, what it does is it clamps onto your fender. All right, so you like kind of just stick it on the fender and you clamp it on there. All right, and you can also store it back here. Really? Like, I think you just gotta tighten it. Stay on there. That's a good question. How does it go on there? It says it stores back on there, on the back, but it'll just fall off if. How am I supposed to keep this in here, guys? I'm not sure how that goes. All right, but yeah, you could store it back there. Let me figure it out. Okay, yeah. So there's a couple adapters. This one clamps onto a fender. We might try it out, okay? And then this one, you put one of these guys. Whoa, it's kind of weird. It felt like we had an earthquake or something. So this one, you put one of these around it, all right? And then you're supposed to strap it around something, and then it gives something for the device to clip on to, okay? So this one would be for like a small bar, and then there's a longer one. I just dropped it. So. Okay, there's another way to attach it is to use these sticky mounts. Okay, it's got a little thing for it to hook onto. All right, you just leave them on there. Okay, and then there's the fender mount right here. Okay, so it's got a 32-inch measuring cord. All right, it's got a hook right here, kind of like a bungee cord. There's 2 buttons on it. There's the power button and the backlight button. All right, I think it's 1 click to turn it on for 1 second. All right, and then you hold it down for 5 seconds to turn it off. And it has like an auto off feature also. So if you leave it on, it'll turn off in like 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, and then there's the backlight. Okay, push to turn the backlight on and off. Oh, okay, I can see it. Okay, yeah, it's kind of hard to see right now, but there you go. There's a backlight, but that's if it has to be pretty dark, okay? I don't know why you would want to do this in the dark. Yeah, I guess if you're in like the pits or whatever, and there's not good lighting. All right, yeah, and then that's pretty much it. The batteries go in here, all right? And then so there's also a magnet here, so you can just clamp it onto your axle. Okay, so another quick word of note, the measurement is in metric, all right? It's millimeters, all right? So that's like 20 millimeters. I pulled the cable out, okay? So you're gonna have to, if you work in inches, guys, imperial units, you're gonna have to convert it to millimeters, okay? So, and that's why I got a phone, okay? Okay, some more notes for operation of this device. So when you move this, it's gonna change, all right? So if you wanna zero it, you press the button, all right? And when I let go of it, it's gonna measure it again, all right? It doesn't have like a negative measurement. Okay, so, but yeah, so if I want to reset it, I press again, okay? Zero it. Okay, so that's how it works. So I think you want to unload the bike first, all right? So let's go check the sag on my KLR 650, okay? All right, so there's 3 ways you could use this, guys. You could use it with by itself, all right? And you have an assistant read the number off to you, okay? Or you can use the optional remote device that you can put on your handlebar or put it somewhere where you can read it while you're on the bike. All right, or you can you could use a phone. Okay, you can use their service assistant app. All right. Okay, so it's called Motool Service Assistant. All right, so click on it. There it is. Oh, we have to do a registration and all that stuff. Okay, I think we have to register first. All right, so I'm going to put my digits in here. Okay, I just put my info in, and it says a verification email has been sent to hadesomega.com, hadesomega@gmail.com. Alright, that's my email, guys, if you guys want to email me. Please verify your email address by following the link in the confirmation email. Alright, so we're going to go to my email, I guess. Alright, Motool support, verify your email, just click the link right there. Boom, your email has been verified. Now you can sign into your new account. Okay. I'm going to go back here. It says welcome, add new bikes by tapping the plus sign in the bottom right corner of this screen. Bikes will show up in the list and you can sort them by date and add date you added them, the name, the bike, type, make, or year. Okay, that's really cool. So if you have multiple bikes, you can save all the settings and stuff in it. All right, pretty cool. Okay, so I guess I want to start a new we're going to start a new thing here, and we're going to do just all, we're going to look through all the, holy crap, man, they got a crap ton of bikes. So they have Energica in here. It's interesting. I wonder if they have a Sauron in. Let's see. I have a Sauron also. Yeah, they got Sauron also. Look at that. Sweet. So you could use this for a Sauron. I might do a video about how using this on a Sauron, right? But anyway, we're gonna use a Kawasaki, okay? Kawasaki KLR KLR 650, okay? It wants to know what year it is. All right. Oh, why can't I know? This is kind of weird. You have to like just select stuff. All right, 1992. Bike name KLR 650. It's only got one. Save. Okay, there it is. KLR 650, and it has a Africa Twin on the picture though. All right, and then we're gonna click KLR 650. Add your baseline settings. Add setup notes by tapping the plus sign. Okay, delete old bikes. Okay, it's got all this new stuff on it. All right, wow. There's a lot of crazy stuff you can put in here, guys. But I just want to check the sag, dude. All right, so there's a rider sag and the static sag. All right, so we can check that. There's a lot of stuff you can put in here. Rear, rider sag, static sag, PSI. So if you have an air spring. Spring rate, you can put what spring rate you've got in there. Lots of stuff, lots of suspension tuning stuff. All right, and you can do it for the front and the rear. Okay, but I don't think You can put your preload settings, what rebound settings. Oh, this is freaking awesome, dude. What I probably won't do though, I'm probably not going to use this. I'm probably just going to use my Evernote, is what I want to say. Yeah, because I don't really set sag all that often. But you know, if you're like on a race team and you got to do like lots of stuff, or you're like you know, you do a lot of racing and you have to do a lot of suspension adjustments and stuff, this could help. Okay, guys. Shock fluid weight. All right. So this is all the information on your bike you can put in here. Okay, pretty cool. All right, but I think we're just going to go use the virtual remote. Okay, so I'll allow assistant to find, connect, and determine. Okay, so I'm going to turn the slacker on. Can hold it for 1 second. Okay, I'm going to hit allow. No need to pair slacker. Just turn the slacker on. When it reaches 0, it will automatically connect. Okay, so it should be connected. Got it. Okay, virtual remote modes, standard, and mountain bike mode. Like, man, there's all these. Okay. Yeah, it's like it's trying to hold your hand, guys. So if I move this, you'll see it move. See, so it says 60 right now. All right, 60 and 60. All right, and move back to 0. It goes back to 0. All right, so there you go. Pretty awesome. All right, so you can put the notes in here. All right, it's pretty freaking awesome, guys. I love this. All right, so this is the standard and the mountain bike mode, but pretty much it was that easy to get it set up. Right, so you gotta install the app, register for it. All right, it's all free, and then you just basically you turn this on while you're in the app, and it'll automatically connect to it. All right, it was that easy. You guys saw. Okay, so let's go check the sag on this bike. Okay, you can also reset the device from here. All right, so if you hit reset, it'll reset it. let's try that out real quick. Yeah, this is so cool. Okay, I'm gonna go move it a little bit. All right, to 78. All right, and then I'm gonna hit reset. There we go. Okay, and I reset both at the same time. Pretty cool, man. I like it. All right, now it says 78 again. All right, so it's in millimeters, guys. So here, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do this. All right. Okay, so there's some notes that we gotta do, guys. All right, we gotta do some homework before we check the sag. So, like I mentioned, everything is in metric. All right, so you're gonna have to convert inches to metric. All right, guys. So I looked up on Google. All right. And you probably look in your service manual or your owner's manual, it'll probably tell you the rear travel, all right, for the KLR 650, all right, travel rear is 9 inches, okay? So we're gonna have to convert 9 inches, so I'm just gonna use Google, all right? So 9 inches to 9 inches to millimeter. Okay, good old Google, man. All right, that's 228.6 millimeters. All right, so we're gonna put equals 228.6 millimeters. All right, so okay, now we got to figure out what sag we need. Okay, so we want 20. We want to shoot for 20%. All right, so we got to do 20% of 9 inches or 228.6 millimeters. So what we're gonna do is take 228.6 times, all right, there's a little math class, guys, times 0.20. All right, that should give us how much we need it to sag. Okay, so I'm gonna bust out the calculator, guys. I'm using the calculator. 45.72 millimeters of sag. All right, so that's how much sag we want. All right. Okay, so that's the sag that we want. All right, we're shooting for 45.72. All right, just say pick 45 or 46. All right, one or the other. Do you want more sag or probably less sag? All right, just pick 45. All right, so we're gonna shoot for 45 because I don't think it does. It doesn't do smaller decimals. Okay, that's what I say. All right, so 45 is what we want. Okay, we're gonna go set the device up. So it's pretty simple. I wonder what this little thing here is, like a magnet or something. So you stick it on the axle, all right? It's got a very strong magnet on it, guys. Ooh, there we go. All right, and then so I'm going to use the the lock here, all right? There, I have something great. Oh, I can use this too. There's a little zip tie, but this moves, all right? So I don't want to use that. I'm going to use the lock, okay? The helmet lock on my bike. It's perfect. All right, we're going to go pull this up over here. Oh, it doesn't quite fit. There we go. Okay. All right, it's set up now. All right, why does it say dot dash dash? All right, we're gonna reset it. Okay. All right, and so now what you want to do is you want to check. You want it to be fully rebounded, all right? So right now the bike is on its wheels, so the suspension is sagging a little bit, all right? So what we're going to do first is we're going to check the static sag, all right? That's the sag of just the weight of the bike on the suspension, all right? So okay, so I'm going to try to use this stand to jack up my KLR, all right? So basically we just need to get it up in the air so there's no load on the wheel at all, okay? Oops, I didn't get it on video, but there we go. I got it on the jack. Just enough to get the rear wheel off the ground, okay? You don't have to really jack the whole bike up if you're gonna do a thing. All right, so there you go. So it moved 6 millimeters when so that's the static sag. All right, 6 millimeters. All right, 6 millimeters. It moved. Oh no! Wait. Yeah. Let's zero it again. Okay, so we're gonna reset it. All right, so we can either press this button to reset it, all right, or we can hit reset right here. Okay, so now it's at 0. All right, and then so we're gonna check our static sag. We just gotta lower the bike and then just kind of let it hold it so it stays up. Okay. Okay, you can see it's sagged 30 millimeters. It's sagged 30 millimeters. Oh, also, like, yeah, it's dependent on how much gas is in the bike too. Your bike might sag more with more gas. I've got about half a tank, probably less than half a tank on the bike right now. Okay, so I would say just measure it with like some gas in the bike, all right, with mostly full tank. All right, but it's 30 millimeters, guys. Okay, so it's sagged 30 millimeters. So interesting thing to note, it's pretty close to so another way you can check the static to really uncompress or fully rebound the suspension is to hold it up on the side stand. All right, there you go. See, it's 0, and then you can reset it. So you don't have to have a jack, okay? But I just showed you a way you could set it up, right? You just pull it up on the side stand, all right, just like this. If you don't have a jack, what you could do is put it on the side stand and tilt it on the side stand, all right, until the wheel's off the ground. All right, and then it should go to 0. It's at 0 right now, all right, guys? That's what I just showed you earlier. Okay. So we're gonna set the sag with me on the bike. Okay, so and that's the important one. All right, the static sag, you could probably get it in the ballpark type of thing, but you want to do it while you're riding the bike. All right, so that's why it's going to be different for everyone. All right, but yeah, I would take that static sag setting down if you could. All right. So now, yeah, it's like, this is like super easy. It's so much more convenient than doing it by yourself. All right, without this device. So I'm gonna say, but so what you're gonna want to do is put the gear on that you normally ride with. Okay, so like if you're dirt biking, you would wear your dirt biking gear. If you're at the racetrack doing like a track day or something, you would wear your leathers, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put my gear on right now. Okay. And, all right, so yeah, also another thing I forgot to mention is, yeah, the static sag will change when you change the preload, okay? So honestly, the static sag isn't important at all, okay? You want the sag with you on the bike, okay? Okay, I got my gear on, I got my motorcycle jacket on, my helmet, my gloves, I'm wearing my riding pants, and my boots, okay? All right, so I'm gonna get on the bike, and then we're gonna check the sag, all right? Oh, yeah, hold on. All right, I'm gonna get on the bike and then I'll move the camera, all right? Holy moly. Oh, crap. Okay, guys, I hope you guys can see this. I'm gonna get on the bike, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna balance myself. I'm gonna use my toolbox here to help me keep the bike up, okay? So there we go. That's the number right there. That's the magic number. 92, all right? There, I have 92 millimeters of sag when I am on the bike, all right? That's not good. That's twice as much as what we need. So we need to increase the preload on the spring, all right? And I'm not sure. I think we might be maxed out already, okay? All right, so just remember that 92, all right? So we're trying to, the target we're trying to get to is 45, all right? If you remember correctly from our calculations. So unfortunately, I think the KLR was already at its maximum preload, all right? That's as much preload as you can put on it with the way this thing works, all right? So because if I go one more, it's gonna go down, all right? And I have to make sure I catch it. Oh, there we go, yeah, see? And it just goes down. Okay, so we were at the maximum, guys. All right, but just to show you, just show you guys what it's like at the minimum. Oh my God, dude! So, oh, the bike is so low now. Okay, so when I have the lowest amount of preload on the shock, I'm at like 111, all right? So we were 45, right? So that's even worse. It's almost like triple the amount off almost, okay? So what does that mean? When you don't have the right amount of sag, all right? When you can't decrease the sag by increasing the preload, that means you need to get a stiffer spring, all right? So the spring on my KLR is too soft, all right? So it's not going to handle properly, you know, it's going to bottom out really easy is what's going to happen, okay? So what we need to do is get a stiffer spring, all right? So we're kind of shit out of luck, I just want to say, all right? The only thing we can do is to increase the preload to the max, all right? And then that's it, all right? That's the best we can do. Damn, all right? Okay, so we're gonna get back on the bike. It should be 92 again, all right? Okay, I'm on the bike again. I'm gonna stabilize the bike while sitting on. Oh, it went down even more now. That's weird. That's odd. So it went from 92 to 94. It was 92 earlier. What happened? I think what you might want to do is bounce up and down on the bike a couple. Oh yeah, the side stand's still up, still down. All right, there you go. Yeah, but you should sit on the bike like at a neutral riding position, I guess, or the position that you'll be riding in most of the time, is what I'm gonna say. So if you're on a track, you probably want to be, you know, tucked in or something, you know. But yeah, 92. All right, so what did we want? We wanted 45, all right, but we're double of that. So we need to yeah, we desperately need a new spring, all right? So the bike is like too heavy, is what I want to say. All right, so the bike is going to be taller now. I'm not happy with that. All right, okay, so yeah, that's all we can do. What I can do, okay, so there you go. You can hit the update button and it'll actually record the stuff for you. Okay, or I could put my name on it, you know. This is kind of hard to do with let me use I'm going to use the camera, the tripod, to balance myself. Alright, I'm going to hit update. I almost dropped the bike, man. Yeah, it's tough, man. You got to keep the bike up somehow, alright? You can't, you can't keep your feet on the ground, is what I want to say, alright? Alright, but it was 92. Okay. So that's oh, that's not the static sag, that's the rider sag. My bad. I'm gonna hold the bike up again. It's kind of hard. It's just better to just remember the number and then write it down. Okay, it says 91. I guess you can change the number. Oh, oops. Yeah, can you change the number? No, it just updates it. Okay, so you can't put the number in yourself because it's gonna change if you move, you know? You gotta do it real quick. Okay, there we go, I got it. All right, and then so now I wanna do the static sag. Okay, I'm gonna get off the bike. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we can do the static sag. Okay, I'll show you how to record the static sag real quick. Okay, I'm gonna load up the bike. I'm gonna put the bike back up. All right. Try to balance it as best as you can. And so the static sag is 31, around 30. So I'm gonna hit update for static sag. Okay, that's it. Okay, all done, and it records everything for you. Man, I'm sweating buckets here. Anyway, so the one thing I don't like is like, to press the button for the phone. All right, it's not a physical button to press. All right, you have to have like a glove that you can press the button on. All right, so you got to be able to stabilize the bike with one of your hands, all right, somehow, or have some, if you have a helper, have them hold the bike up, all right? But you have to have your feet on the pegs, you know, and you have to be kind of in the riding position, all right? And then try to balance the bike up as best as you can, and then hit the update button, all right? Or just remember what it is, all right? Unfortunately, you can't just you can't just put in a value. That's kind of annoying, all right? But yeah, I got everything. So with the maximum preload setting, all right, my static sag is 31 millimeters, and then my rider sag is 92 millimeters. Okay, so our target was 45. All right, and that would have been 20% of the sag. All right, or it's 20% of the travel. All right, because the travel should be 9 inches. Right, so you want it to sag about 2 inches, and we're sagging like way more. What is 92 millimeters? Let's see. All right, that's 3.6 inches. So that's more than a third of the more than a third of the sag. All right, so what's 3.622? So 3.622 divided by 9. All right, so that's like, okay, so you can just do this. So the rear travel was 9 inches, right? So we just take that 92 millimeters and we divide it by 228. Okay, so what's 92 divided by 228? It's like 26%, man. Oh, it's 40%. Yeah, so 40% sag, guys. It's not good. All right. You want 45, all right? So 45 divided by 228 gets us 20, all right? So yeah, we have to, it has to be double that, all right? So we need a stiffer spring, all right? So that's the gist of it, okay? So we're so that's what that means. If your preload is maxed out and you can't get the sag the right sag, then that means you need a stiffer spring, all right? And so that's what I'm gonna have to do, get a stiffer spring for this bike. I know it's kind of soft and stuff, yeah. So, but I added a lot of weight to it, to the back of it, so yeah, that's probably why. All right, probably the front is still fine, but okay. So yeah, okay. So when you're done, just gonna wanna take this little guy off. Okay, pull it off the axle. And that's it. Man, that was so easy. Okay, shut it off. Boom. All right, and so that is the show and tell video for the Motool Slacker V4, all right, digital suspension tuner. So I showed you how you can set the rear sag. I use my KLR 650 as an example. All right, you're just gonna have to figure out how to set your own preload. Okay, so this bike, is really easy. All you got to do is turn this this bolt, and it increases the preload. All right. Other bikes, you're gonna have to mess around with the rings, the collars that are around the shock body and stuff. Yeah, so that's why I chose this bike to do it on. All right. And so what did we find out from using this device is that the spring is too soft. All right. We need a stiffer spring because we're not getting the right sag. All right. All right. Well, so worst comes to worst, if you can't figure out what your target sag should be, just ask some people. Like, look online on a forum or something. All right. But one way is to figure out how much travel your bike has. There's one way you can do it yourself, is if you took the spring off of your shock and then you fully compress the suspension all the way up, all right? And then yeah, you use this tool, all right? And then you measure that, all right? You measure how much it moved with. You can measure it with this, all right? And then so what you want to do is put the shock on without the spring, and rebound it all the way by jacking it up. All right, jack up the rear so the tire's in the air. All right, and then zero this, and then lower the bike until it till it bottoms out. All right, and then that's how much your travel is. All right, and then so that's one surefire way you can figure out how much travel and now it's a pain in the ass. You got to take the spring out of your shock and everything and put it back on. Yeah, it's a big pain in the ass. So whenever I get a chance to do that, I do it, all right? And now I can do it really easy with this guy, okay? So another way to check is to check your owner's manual or service manual or Google it online, all right? And that's what I did. I used Google and I looked up some stuff for the KLR. KLR is a pretty popular bike, all right? And it has 9 inches of travel is what it said, all right? So, and then you multiply that times how much sag you want. Generally, you want around 20% sag. All right, so that got me about, I think it was 1.8 inches or 45 millimeters. All right, so and we were like double that. All right, so that means we need a stiffer spring. All right, yeah, my KLR needs to go. Me or my KLR needs to go on a diet. Okay, yeah. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope this was educational and entertaining video. That's the Motool Slacker V4. Pretty awesome tool. I'll put a link in the description where you can purchase it, okay? I purchased it from the website. I'm sure there's a lot of different places you can purchase it from, all right? But I'll put a link in the description where I bought it, all right? And all I can say is sometimes they have sales. I got this one for $100, so if you can get it for $100, I think that's a good deal. Also, they have different kits. Also, I think they have the one with the little remote control, all right, that you put on your handlebar so you don't have to use your phone. All right, if you don't have a phone handy, that's nice to have, all right? And then, so I didn't show you the other clamp devices for different bikes because I just clamped it on the helmet lock, all right? And it worked perfectly, okay? And this is so much easier to use. It's such a less pain in the ass. The only hard thing about this is try to keep the bike balanced and like read stuff at the same time, all right? And like I use my toolbox to balance the bike basically, all right? But yeah, you want to have most of your weight on the bike, okay? All right, thanks for watching. Here's me out. Haha, you know what I like about this? It's got a magnet, so I can just stick it on my toolbox. Pretty cool. So that's one way you could store it also. I was thinking like, man, it's kind of big to put in my toolbox, but I can put it outside the toolbox if you're in a place where, you know, nobody would steal it, right? It's a pretty expensive measuring device.